My name is James, and I'm here today to present on behalf of Team Discovery for the Innovation Challenge. We're looking at an issue of food security in Guatemala, and we're here in Kingston, Ontario. Our team is from Queen's University in the Masters in Management Analytics program. We've developed a data-driven analytical model in order to provide a sustainable, long-term solution for food security in Guatemala. So what we're going to look at today, we're going to look at the issue in Guatemala. Then we're going to look at what the actual new malnutrition looks like in the region. Next, we're going to present an implementation-ready solution, which we believe can actually be delivered in Guatemala. We're going to go through the strategy in order to do this and show you why we think that this is an achievable solution. So to provide a bit of background and context here, Guatemala is one of the largest countries in Central America. It does have a vibrant economy and developing economy. However, it is also one of the most troubled regions by malnutrition in the world. You can see that up to 50% of children under 5 suffer from chronic malnutrition. This is a significant issue, and although some progress has been made with regards to the Guatemalan economy, it still persists. So things have been changing in Guatemala. There has been some improvement with regards to the economy. However, there are some other issues coming into play here. Poverty, instability, corruption, these are all day-to-day realities for a lot of people living in Guatemala. We want to be able to assist with making sure that people have enough to eat and that their health is secure by delivering a solution for food security. In addition to this, Guatemala does contribute quite a bit of agricultural output. However, much of this is diverted to large commercial agricultural firms and corporations, and quite simply, the food is not being delivered to the people. A lot of traditional crops have been converted to cash crops, and we're no longer seeing sustainable agriculture being developed within Guatemala. So we think there's an opportunity here. We think that we can leverage the local NGO network in the region and deliver a solution that is able to provide economic development while solving for malnutrition and food security. This is what was the inspiration for the model that we created. As you can see, 2010 to 2012, malnutrition was at about 14.8% in Guatemala. But here's what's shocking. 2014 to 2016, it increased to 15.6. This lack of progress and this deterioration is simply unacceptable. We want to say no to hunger in Guatemala. We think enough is enough. And if you want to see something that's even more shocking, you can look at this. Chronic malnutrition for small children aged 3 to 59 months is still a very significant issue in Guatemala. We put together this visualization to show how it's distributed over the country and how certain regions suffer even more than others. These are the regions that we want to target, and these are the regions where we want to provide the best solution possible in order to provide a long-term solution to this problem. So what's our solution? We want to put together a care package called the Mama Box using an analytical, data-driven strategy. What we're going to do is we're going to feed the mother of a newborn child for 30 days with less than 25 kilograms of food and make sure that all her nutritional requirements are met. We're going to build a model that's going to optimize food ingredients while minimizing cost in order to make sure that this is possible. So how do we build this model? First of all, we need to set the parameters. What are the nutritional requirements for a mother? We were able to identify some key nutritional components which we wanted to focus on and which we deemed to be the most critical in order to optimize the ingredients for. So this is what we had. Next, we wanted to make sure that the model we were using, as we've said before, was leveraging local agriculture. We wanted to look at the local food sources and put them in the box. We wanted to look at non-perishable such as dried beans, grains, dried milk, these types of items, and make sure that we were able to get them to these newborn mothers. The local food solution is really a key component of this strategy. We think that by, first of all, using the traditional dietary ingredients of Guatemalans, that this food will actually be suitable for these mothers. Next, we think that it's going to improve economic development by connecting NGOs international aid organizations to small farmers in the region. There's a lot of biodiversity and a lot of different economic activity that goes in with regards to Guatemala and their agricultural and other resource industries. We want to leverage these. We think that these can be used in order to provide this solution. So how do we do this? The Mama Box. What we did is we compiled the data sources that we just discussed. We ran it through an ETL process using a SQL-based solution, and then we built a model. This model optimized the ingredients while minimizing price with the constraint of nutritional requirements. We built the model in Excel. The reason we did this is because we want to send this model out to people in Guatemala and potentially around the world. We could repackage this solution and deliver it for food security issues in places like Africa or in South America. We think that this is a key element of our strategy by making this the most effective and distributable solution available. So here were the data sources that we actually used. We looked at nutritional data from the Government of Canada. We got our food prices from the Government of Guatemala. And we got our nutritional information from FAO. This is what we used to create the input variables for our model. So what happened? We ran the model, and it worked. We were able to feed a newborn mother for 30 days on $93.48 per box. This is just over $3 Canadian per box. And all of this money would be going to local agriculture, all of it supporting small farmers in the region, and all of it being used to feed a mother. So let's take a look here. You can see that certain ingredients were very well represented within the box. We made sure that there was a diversity of ingredients in order to meet the different dietary components of this mother. We can see that certain ingredients, such as calcium, were identified as key components of this. One thing I would like to emphasize is that this is just one iteration of the model. You could reproduce this for children, you could produce it for elderly citizens, or you could produce it for different populations around the world. All you need to do is change your input variables and your nutritional requirements, and the model will optimize. So, we have the box. Now what? What we want to do is build a collaboration through the local agricultural network. We want to get the food from small farmers into this box, and then we want to get this box to people in the region. So how do we do this? A lot of progress has been made in Guatemala with regards to the NGOs, and we believe that by leveraging the growth and leveraging their presence, we can establish a partnership between NGOs and small farmers and local distribution centers. We truly think that solving this food solution in this fashion by leveraging local economic development is what is really going to contribute to a long-term solution. This isn't about providing a Band-Aid solution. It's not about analyzing a problem. It's about delivering a strategy that's going to achieve long-term results. So we think that this is a key component of the strategy and something we'd really like to emphasize. So it's the driver of economic development which is going to solve long-term, and that's what we want to make sure that we're solving for as well. So how are we going to implement this? What are we going to do? So first of all, where's the money going to come from? We want to look at large international organizations like the United Nations, the World Food Program, and the FAO, and we believe in combination with governments and aid organizations around the world that we can get the money in order to build the box. Next, we want to leverage local actors and local governments and use them to facilitate distribution. What we want to emphasize here is that we're building an internal capacity for these local governments in order to achieve this as a long-term solution. The types of distribution centers we're looking at are women's centers, religious establishments, hospitals, schools. So these are all local solutions or local distribution centers that the population is very familiar with. So the return on investment. There's about $408 million spent in Guatemala in 2015. If you took 1% of that, $4 million, you'd be able to create 42,789 boxes. You're feeding 42,789 mothers over the course of a month. We think that these numbers prove that this is an affordable solution. So thank you very much.